What's up YouTube? Welcome back to another video. In the last one I showed you guys how I etched the TL projector lens. Let's take it up to the next level. I'm going to show you guys how I installed the RGB Demon Eyes. So while I have the headlight open, it's the perfect time to install the Demon Eyes. You do have to open up your headlights though. There's no way around it. Watch my previous video on how to open up the TL headlights if you plan on doing this mod. Before I start, let me show you what I used. You can pretty much use any type of LED Demon Eyes out there, but I use this one called ColorMorph. This one is compatible with the Morimoto XBT controller I'm using to control all the LEDs. If you don't have or need an RGB controller and want to run one color, that works too. Wiring should be a lot easier also. It's just tapping into two wires. In order to remove the projector, we first need to remove the chrome housing for the turn signal. Remove any bulbs intact. It's being held in by one tab. Pull and rotate the housing towards you, like so. Put that to the side because we won't be needing it anytime soon. The projector still isn't free to come out. We still need to do a few things before that. Remove that big cap in the rear of the headlight, which is being held in by a small screw. I already removed that screw, but you can use a pocket screwdriver to get that one out. You don't have to remove the silicone packet, but most likely it's gonna fall out anyways. I laid down a microfiber towel to help prevent any scratches to the lens while I work on the headlight. This little plug-in harness that's connected to the projector needs to come out. Also, this area is where the HID ballast would be. Remove it, and you should see the little plug that we have to unclip. It's a little tight, but try your best to get in there. And you should be able to remove it from the rear. Next, we need to untighten that height adjustment bulb with a 10mm socket. Keep unscrewing it until the projector housing is released. Looking from the front, you can tell with this little black tab here. The whole projector and headlight assembly is being held on by two tabs. One near the projector and one near the fog light area. So you do need to force these tabs out, but be very careful because I broke a tab off on my other headlight. I would recommend popping out the projector side first, then the fog side. Now the whole projector assembly is ready to be removed. Here's another quick look at those two tabs. I kind of scraped up the housing, so I'm gonna have to clean that up just a little bit. You don't really need any of the other parts beside the projector housing, so feel free to put all of those parts to the side for now. Now that we have free access to the projector housing, we need to remove these 8 screws. These are very tough to remove, so you might need extra strength to remove these. Keep track of which screw goes to where because some are longer than others. Once all the screws are out, we now have access to the projector. If you didn't watch my last video, I showed you guys how I etched my projector lens. If you're interested, I'll leave a link down below in the description box. Taking a look at it, it's a little different than most modern projector assemblies. The rear cover just pops off along with the bracket. Let's remove this metal cutoff shield. And then the clips that hold on the projector lens. Use a flathead or Phillips to pry it open, and we can now fully disassemble the whole projector assembly. Let's take a look at this projector setup. Now usually you want to install a Demon Eye LED near the bottom so the color can project up. It's easier to see the Demon Eye color when it's set up like that. I chose to mount it on the top though. Unfortunately, there's a little metal tab that's in the way if I wanted to mount it on the bottom. I did do some testing, and because of that little metal tab, it blocks a lot of light if you were to mount an LED there. Now that we have everything disassembled, we can now mount the RGB Demon Eyes. Comes with this LED driver right here. And the LED with a bracket already installed. Unfortunately, there's no way to install this bracket on the TL projector setup. It was made more for modern setups. Removal of that bracket is as easy as one screw. This is how I'll be mounting it, but as you can see, it does stick out a little. And after some testing, it does not want to close up. I could drill a hole into the projector and mount it on the outside, but I wasn't willing to do that since I still wanted that option to return to stock. To help fit it in the projector, this part of the LED needs to be cut off. As long as you don't cut near the solder, it doesn't really affect the LED. I used a Dremel to cut it, and a minute later, this is what it's looking like. The LED is nice and small for easy mounting. This could be avoided if I bought a different LED or mounted it on the outside of the projector, but I was okay with it. So what I did to mount it was using a combination of a few things. Some double-sided foam pad so it can stick on, electrical tape so that the PCB of the Demon Eye can be better protected, and some foil tape, and I'll show you what I did with it soon. I wrapped the PCB with electrical tape while not covering the LED. I also wrapped up some of the exposed wires, and here's how it's looking right now, nice and protected. Apply the double-sided foam tape on the backside. Anything double-sided can be used to mount the LED. This is what I just had lying around. Before inserting the LED, I did apply some electrical tape around the area the wires are going to be hugging. I did not want the wires to rub against any sharp corners. I mounted the LED right at the edge like so. Added some foil tape to help with mounting the LED. This thing is a godsend. It works so well. Here's a look at how the LED is mounted. It's super secure. Now we can reassemble the projector. Install that high beam shield, then the metal bracket, then the rear piece along with 4 screws that hold everything together. After that, the lens can go back on along with a clip that holds it in place. And there we have it. I always like to double check my work before fully reassembling it. Tested the LED, and here's how it's looking. It looks pretty damn bright. The good thing about the Mori motor controller is that when you first turn it on, all the lights are white. It's not going to turn on colors until you open up the app. Definitely helps with being street legal. Now let's put the projector back in the high beam / projector assembly. Bolt in those 4 screws that hold the projector in, and we're almost done. We need to reinstall it back into the headlight itself, being careful to feed the LED wire to the rear of the headlight. Make sure those 2 tabs click in. Then tighten that 10mm adjustment bolt. It does need to be adjusted when it's mounted on the car, but a few turns will do for now. Install the turn signal housing. And there we have it. A quick note, I didn't show the rear cap because I'm not fully done modding the headlight yet. To get that LED wire through the cap, you have to drill a hole and feed it through. I will have to do that when I'm 100% done with all the modding. Here's a quick look at the Demon Eyes with the headlight lens on with RGB mode. Don't mind the dirty lens, I still have to clean it up. But the Demon Eyes looking so good with the Etch projector lens. It complements each other very well. Alright guys, thanks for watching the video. I am yet still not done with all the headlight mods. In the next one, I'm going to show you guys how I did my DIY gills. I will catch y'all in the next one. Peace.